Damas y caballeros, Boristeca Boxing Promotions y Grito de Guerra Boxing presentan este encuentro pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso medio. 6 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces, Jesse Hernández, Sergio Lechuga y Max Zúñiga Lavandera. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action. Su referee para este combate, Ángel Méndez. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He wears black and white. He officially weighs in 161 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, con pantaloncillo color negro con blanco, con un peso de 161 libras. In 32 professional bouts, he stands with a record of 12 victories against 20 losses, and 4 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 12 victorias, 20 derrotas, y 4 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Del barrio 2 de agosto, Tepic, Nayarit, damas y caballeros, el aguerrido Ramón, el Cholo Barajas. And his opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner. He wears black trunks. He officially weighs in 163 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, con pantaloncillo color negro, con un peso de 163 libras. In 27 professional bouts, he stands with a record of 25 victories, with 2 losses, and 14 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 25 victorias, 2 derrotas, y 14 de esas victorias por la vía rápida del cloroformo. Originally from Quincy, Massachusetts, and now representing the colors of San Diego's House of Boxing in San Diego, California, USA. The Bazooka, Mark Deluca. And now to give out the final instructions, your referee in charge, Ángel Méndez. 6 rounds, 6 asaltos.
Ya se le dieron las instrucciones, síguelas a todo momento, protéjanse, toquen guantes, touch your mat.
As we begin the main event of our free showing here, advertising for Grito de Guerra, brought to you by Boristeca Boxing. Here later on today, we have Mark Deluca versus Ramon El Cholo Barajas, a fan favorite, guys. If you watch us here, Best in Boxing, we've seen Ramon Barajas plenty of times. Does not have a winning record. Does have the heart of a champion though. Every time coming to fight, as you guys saw on the preview here today, what he thinks of himself, he's a fighter. He's a rough and tough fighter. And for Mark DeLuca here of Quincy, Massachusetts, he's coming a long way, ladies and gentlemen. Coming all the way to Tijuana, Mexico. You know, I asked him, well, what is this fight? You're all the way over here on this side of the world. He says he's just trying to stay busy. Everything's shut down due to COVID. Trying to get in a stay busy fight. I mentioned to him, you know, this guy's tough, but he's well in notice that Ramon Barajas comes to fight.
Yes, he does, and so far, DeLuca putting on the pressure on Ramon Barajas. Ramon just threw an overhand right. Blocked successfully by DeLuca.
Which typically we see Ramon Barajas the aggressor, but you know, you see the physique of DeLuca here, strong. He looks strong.
He looks strong coming forward. DeLuca the Bazooka. That's a nice name too.
It's an okay name. I'm gonna say okay.
Chris is hating you guys.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't know how this fight is going to end, but I know for a fact that Mark Deluca is going to get sunburned today.
Good overhand right by Ramon Barajas.
I just did that.
I was trying not to laugh at that one, man, but that was a good pun. He might be peeling by the end of this fight if it goes the distance for Mark DeLuca.
It's a good reason for him to get this fight, win this fight by KO.
just to mention, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Deluca, he's a former world title contender. He contended for the WBO.
10 seconds.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here, but he fought Kell Brook for the WBO Intercontinental title. You know, so he does have, you know, a good record. He does have a good pedigree under his belt, and he's showing it here today. You know, in a stay busy fight. Those are his words from earlier today in our fighter meeting. But he knows what he has up against, you know, in Ramon Barajas, that he has a tough fighter coming to fight, coming to not be a stay busy fight.
Yeah, and Ramon Barajas is no, you know, you can't just walk through this guy. But right off the bat, Deluca staying busy like he said he was going to. He's walking forward. He's putting on the pressure, and he's not just waiting for one punch knockout. You know, he's staying busy.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, typically Barajas is the one charging forward, is the aggressor in the times that we've seen him here in Best in Boxing. But Deluca pushing Barajas back.
I like what he told you, Chris, that he came here in order to stay busy. So that tells you about a fighter's mentality. That tells you about his commitment.
Yeah, definitely his commitment to boxing, you know, and he's got good form here. He's got good head movement. As we see Ramon Barajas now do his patented aggression style here, making it hard for his opponent, win or lose.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Chris, it's usually Barajas coming forward, putting on the pressure. He's starting to pick it up right now, but Deluca staying calm, staying composed.
So guys, why is Cholo such a great opponent for future prospects, future contenders? Why can't you run this guy down? Why is he such a tough opponent?
I'll tell you why. Barajas is el barrio. You know, they don't call him El Cholo for nothing. This guy, he probably grew up fighting. You know, in fact, I know he grew up fighting. This guy is, he's not gonna go out, man. He has that heart of a warrior.
There's a saying here in Mexico, el barrio me respalda. So
that's right.
El barrio respalda al Cholo hoy, eh? Spanish lessons 101.
There you go. Thank you. And good head movement there by Deluca, evading those shots, putting his opponent against the ropes now.
Barajas now starting to put on pressure.
Yeah, he may have had to have warmed up, get the speed of Deluca, get a sense of it, excuse me.
Deluca with that shoulder roll type of stance.
All right, keep your head up.
And a good overhand left by Deluca, blocked by Barajas.
And even though that punch was blocked, you can still hear it over here.
Oh, for real, Mark Deluca has power.
It seems like he does have power. You know, he's got a very strong physique, looking like more like Ivan Drago.
I must break you.
He must break you.
And if you guys notice that jab that he's throwing, sometimes he'll throw it to the side to try to get Ramon to react, open up.
Stop.
So Deluca can shoot that bazooka right in the middle.
You couldn't wait to. You couldn't
I
wait
couldn't,
for that
bro.
one.
I wrote it down.
If it goes on paper, it must be said.
It must be said. Good combos by both.
Yeah, and Barajas starting to pick up the pace. We're starting to see what we know him for, is just to being that aggressor, not the most best boxing technique.
Yeah, not the most technical fighter, Chris, but like we were mentioning, this guy, El Cholo Barajas, is from the barrio. He's coming out here to fight. Now, the first round, he wasn't too active, but Now we're seeing the real Barajas coming out.
Yeah, he definitely picked it up there in that second round. And after 2 rounds, I'm going to send it to our unofficial scorer. Gerardo, how do you have it after 2?
22-18 for Mark the Bazooka Deluca against El Cholo Baraja. Don't count El Cholo out, as we will see the replay of this high action scramble right there.
Yeah, and you see Cholo being the aggressor here, but a good inside shot to the body by Deluca.
They're good rolls.
Good rolls and a good little uppercut to the body.
And then this is why the fans love seeing El Cholo. He comes out to scrap, man.
Every time he comes out to scrap, man, he does a very good job.
And as a fan, you appreciate that style. You appreciate the fact that he's rifándosela, as we say here in Mexico, that he's going out there, that he's throwing punches. Mark Deluca is promoted, fun fact guys, for you guys that like Boston rock, that Boston punk rock, Mark Deluca is promoted by Dropkick Murphy's very own lead singer, if I get it right, Murphy Promotions. So if you guys like Dropkick Murphys, it's a pretty cool Boston rock band. You should give it a try. So that's a fun fact for you guys. Mark Deluca is promoted by the very own. Everybody loves boxing.
Everybody does love boxing.
In Boston, even if you're Irish, you're from Mexico, you're from the States, everybody loves boxing. Boxing's universal, guys.
I concur.
Cholo keeping busy, doing some dirty boxing, like trying to
dirty tactics there on the
right
inside, but you know, Deluca evaded pretty much every shot there, doing a good little roll there.
He's doing a good job at evading, but you know, I think he's taking it a little bit too slow.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too passive there. He starts to pick up he needs to pick up the punch count.
He's being successful with rolling the punches, and they look good. You know, they're gonna look good on the replays, but you get caught with one of those, and it could be the end of the night. And Cholo's staying consistent. Cholo is keeping busy.
Yeah, but definitely, I mean, Deluca's landing the better shots. Maybe Cholo's being a little more aggressive. He's being more consistent with the shots, but nothing's landing. Nothing is hurting Deluca. And Deluca seems to just be taking his time. Remember, guys, this is a 6-round fight. It's not a quick 4-round banger.
6-round fight, and Deluca, I mean, like you said, he fought for a world champion with Kell Brook, so he's he's not new to this. That's why you see him composed, calm, and studying El Cholo.
And definitely a big step down from Kell Brook to El Cholo Barajas, but
why? That's a good thing that you mentioned, Chris. But my doubt here is, why would a fighter go all the way up from being able to fight top contenders to opponents of the quality of El Cholo Barajas?
I would say typically because trying to get that confidence back. Like I said, in his words, Deluca's words is just stay busy. He wants to stay busy. He wants to get a title shot, another opportunity for him to become a world champion.
Yeah, you want your fighter to stay busy, and Ramon Barajas is gonna put pressure on him. Here with Best in Boxing, with Boristeca Promotions, it's one of the only places that are still doing boxing fights, and they're doing it safely. So you have to take that into account with a top-ranked fighter like Deluca.
That's a great point.
Great point. He needs fights. He needs to stay busy. And like you said, we are taking the proper safety measures. You got the referee wearing a mask. You got the corners wearing masks. Everybody around this area here wearing masks, trying to keep everything safe.
Got tested.
We got tested.
Everybody gets tested. They're cleaning the ring in between fights. I mean, they're doing everything that a big production should be doing.
you can say that this is the safest place in TJ right now.
Yeah, I would agree.
Pandemic-wise, that is. It's
Safe.
never safe when El Cholo is around.
We got a Cholo and we got a Bazooka in here, but it's still the safest spot thanks to Best in Boxing and Boristeca Promotions.
Right on. El grito de guerra.
As Mark Deluca turns right-handed, orthodox. If I'm not mistaken, he was southpaw the first few rounds.
Yeah, that's right. Right now, we saw a fury of punches by Barajas, but nothing real. No punch really stood out.
And maybe a little desperation there from Barajas, as Mark Deluca is pretty much controlling this fight.
Yeah, you see the difference between when Barajas throwing punches and he's staying busy. It's like he's hoping the punches are going to land. Whereas Deluca, he looks real calm, real composed. Those hard punches, they're calculated. You know, he's staying calm and he's looking at him.
And a good one too, right while you were making that speculation there, Dylan, landed by Deluca. And Cholo waves off the shots like they didn't hear him. And I think this is the guy that we're used to seeing now, as he starts to pick up the pace a little bit. Yup, and that's him. But Deluca doing a good showing there of getting away from every single shot that Barajas threw.
Real Mayweather-like, staying on the ropes, moving around.
I see El Cholo style like really leaning in with his head. So that is dangerous for any fighter, as you can bump heads, especially as Mark Deluca is, well, he's fighting orthodox right now, but once he gets back to southpaw position, it's very normal. It's very common for us to see between headbangs between a southpaw and a guy that is really leaning in with his head, as El Cholo does very often.
Yeah, and we've seen a fight get stopped here of El Cholo Barajas on Best in Boxing when he fought Rafael Ramirez, I believe it was. Ramon Barajas, they stopped the fight due to a cut on Ramirez's face.
Nice body punch.
That was a nice body shot right now, and a couple of moments ago he threw a good left hook to the body of Ramon Barajas.
Yeah, and he didn't seem to like it, right? I saw
he
the
made a
expression
face.
change, yeah.
Good body work by Deluca.
A little rabbit punch there by Barajas. And a shout out to Baby G Camacho right here, listening to us on the broadcast here.
Baby G.
Baby G,
Baby
there you
G
go.
Camacho.
What's up, homeboy?
Make sure you tune in to the pay-per-view portion of the telecast, you know, to enjoy more of this good boxing brought to you by Best in Boxing and Boristeca Boxing Promotions. And we get a typical Barajas replay here, just throwing crazy shots. Mark Deluca doing well, evading most of those shots there by Barajas, but that's the style, man. That's the style that this guy brings you. He brings you an all-out action style. Maybe Deluca doing a very good job of quelling Barajas' attack. You know, typically we are seeing more activity from Barajas, but Deluca doing a very good job of just kind of controlling the action.
Yeah, and staying calm when Ramon Barajas does throw multiple punches. He just sits back, rolls them, moves.
And after 4 rounds, I'm going to take it to our unofficial scorer, Gerardo. Gerardo, how do you have it after 4?
A shout out this far, 40-36 for Mark the Bazooka Deluca. I must say this: if El Cholo wants to win this fight, El Cholo must go YOLO. meaning that he must throw everything. He must throw everything right now. He has to pull his heart out in order to win this fight, because right now he hasn't won a round.
I agree, and I think he needs to be more selective with the punches, Ramon does, because even when he does come out throwing the kitchen sink at Deluca, Deluca's sitting back, real calm, and he's rolling the punches and countering.
Yeah, you could see why you know he had such a big fight, you know, against Kell Brook. Man, he's got a good style. He needs to maybe pick up the punch count a little bit. Does Deluca? And the only reason why I'd say that is because the sun is hard out here and he's gonna start peeling anytime soon.
That's for sure. Welcome to Mexico.
And
Did a little dance move right now, Deluca.
Yeah, as Deluca turns Barajas around, getting away from shots and pushing his opponent to the corner.
Barajas trying to tell him, let's go, you know, bring it. But Deluca is bringing it, man.
Yeah,
He's just staying real smart.
That's the thing, man. Deluca's bringing it with a good little inside body shot. Little return from Barajas. Didn't seem to face Deluca.
Beautiful work, beautiful display of ring generalship. Won't say that, guys, from Mark Deluca.
Oh yeah, he's staying calm, man. And even when he does evade the punches, he's doing like the toreros, you know, when they have that flag, just switch.
Like a professional bullfighter.
Yeah.
The matador.
Matador.
But to be honest, guys, he looks more like a G.I. Joe than a matador, man. This guy's buff.
Stop. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, gentlemen.
And just a reminder for everybody watching us now, this is the last of our free preview of the show. Grito de Guerra, brought to you by Boristeca Boxing Promotions. bestinboxing.com. This is where you'll catch us. $5.99 for the pay-per-view portion of the fight. We have Kevin Diamond Boy Torres, 16-1, versus Jose Pipino Cuevas, 13-1. Both with 24 knockouts between the two.
And man, I'll tell you guys what, Kevin Torres versus Pipino Cuevas, that one is going to be an amazing fight. These two dudes come out and they have a high percentage of knockouts, but they're both smart fighters. It's going to be competitive, I guarantee it, and it's going to be, I'm going to say it now, it's going to be the highlight of the night.
I like that. Okay.
Come on, quiet. Box.
As we begin the final round of our free telecast here, we have Cholo Barajas trying to come forward on Mark Deluca. And I'm going to go ahead and brand him now on Mark the G.I. Joe Deluca. Doing a wonderful job here of evading all the shots from Barajas.
You should charge for that, you know? Like,
I'm giving away nicknames, guys.
You know,
they're
Chris,
free.
I'm going pro. I'm going to pro boxer. I don't have a name yet. Oh, here you are. You're now baptized. The G.I. Joe. That's pretty good. You're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will keep these coming at your request. Go ahead and drop your comments. If you want the nicknames to keep coming, drop your comments. I assure you I have a bucket load of them.
I've seen his notebook. And you see Barajas, I mean, the fight's almost done, you know he's tired, but he's walking forward and with a huge smile. This is why fans love Barajas, you know, he's coming here to fight.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself. He enjoys the sports. He knows he's not winning the fight. He doesn't care.
Good uppercut there by Deluca. Maybe trying to close out the show a little bit. Barajas not letting him, just tough. Keeps coming forward. And the very few people that are out here are fans of El Cholo Barajas, as from number of directions here, we're getting, come on Cholo, like people are here cheering him on.
It's hard not to be a fan when you talk to the guy. You know, he's a real humble guy, real friendly. You know, even though he has the name of Cholo, the dude's cool. Dominant work by Deluca right now.
Landing those hard shots to the body. And that's one thing that I say, when a guy has a tough beard, as Barajas does, as we see here in Best in Boxing, where he takes just pretty much every shot his opponents dish out to the face. Mark Deluca doing the smart thing and going to Cholo Barajas' body.
The corner of El Cholo yelling out to him. Their family's watching, you know, so Cholo's coming out with everything right now.
Bleeding, but I think the body shots by Deluca have kind of put a stop.
They took its toll.
Yeah, they definitely took its toll.
As they always do, like we said in the previous fight, you know, they add up. And Barajas has taken a couple.
And yet he fights. And
Yeah,
yet
he
he fights.
fights.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate that.
And good sportsmanship by both fighters.
Definitely.
Good fight to close the pay-per-view telecast. Mark the G.I. Joe Deluca coming to us from Quincy, Massachusetts. If the judges have it like Gerardo has it, he had an easy day here against Ramon El Cholo Barajas. I'm sorry to cut you off there, Gerardo, but go ahead and tell us that score once again.
60-54. 6 rounds to nothing for Mark the Bazooka Deluca, the G.I. Joe.
Yes.
G.I. Joe won the fight.
Branded.
Branded.
By the San Diego Kid, Chris Martin. Mark the G.I. Joe Deluca.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. Después de 6 rounds de combate, nos vamos con la decisión de los jueces. Más audio. El juez, judge Sergio Lechuga, he scores it 60-54. Anotó tarjeta 60-54. And both judges, Max Zúñiga and Jesus Hernández, have the same scores of 59-55. Estos dos últimos jueces coinciden en números 59-55. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su vencedor por la vía de la decisión unánime, from Quincy, Massachusetts in the USA, the Bazooka, Mark Deluca. Y también reconocimiento para el siempre combatiente, el Cholo, Ramón Barajas de Nayarit.
As Mark Deluca gets the victory here today from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Please follow us for the pay-per-view portion of our bouts here today. bestinboxing.com. Gerardo Rodriguez, Dylan El Rey Miranda, Chris Martin, your announcers here as we get a little preview on this replay that you're seeing here. Good shots landed there by Mark Deluca. Very good showing from him. Shut out his opponent, El Cholo Barajas. Always a fan favorite. Seemed as though Mark Deluca took a little bit of the steam from Cholo Barajas here today to close the free portion of our telecast.